So please get out your pencils, your pen, and your paper to start writing, because anytime I'm looking at a math video, you must put pen or pencil to paper. Right. So here we're going to discuss how to separate a whole quantity into a given ratio. First, you label a ratio with the amount to parts. That's the first thing you do, a label ratio. The second, you have a numerical ratio with the total of ratio parts and the total amount. Okay. Third, you're going to have an incomplete ratio with missing amount and given part. Then you're going to cross multiply to complete third ratio. So that third ratio there is incomplete. Those two first ratios are going to be complete, one with the labels and one with the totals of the parts and amount. And the third one is incomplete. That's to obtain the amount of a given part. And you're going to cross multiply to obtain that amount. So for example, you have $500 that must be divided in the ratio 4:6, let's say between Lucy and Bob, with Lucy getting a larger amount. Okay, so according to the instructions, we're going to follow this instruction but using symbols. So these instructions are in words, we're going to complete it using symbols. Okay, so first we have to have a label ratio with amount to parts. So we can use A for amount to insert equation. We can use a capital A for amount, converting words to symbols using a letter A as a symbol. 2, so here 2 now, we use the colon for 2, and a capital P for parts, amount to parts. Okay, so that would be the first label ratio, amount to parts. Then the second, we're going to have a numerical ratio with the total of ratio and parts. So we're going to find the total of the amount. The total amount is $500. So let's take a note of that. And the total ratio is actually 4 plus 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. All right. So the ratio with total amount and parts, that would be 500. So 500 will come on the A. And 4 plus 6 will give us 10. 10 will come on the P. All right. So A to P, 500 to 10. We might want to indicate somewhere to a third person where the 10 came from. So we can easily put somewhere here. All right. That the 10 came from 4 plus 6 equal 10. So that's where we got the 10 from. So you can put this there as an indication for someone who is reading this. Right, now the third ratio has to be incomplete with missing amount and part. So for the missing amount, we can use the first to represent the missing amount, to translate the missing amount to symbols. We can use the first letter of the name of the persons who are going to be receiving the amount. So you can put L for Lucy. Now we see that Lucy will get the larger amount. So the part for Lucy will be 6. All right, because Lucy is going to get the larger amount. So that will be the third ratio. Now we're going to have 2 third ratios. So as you can see, amount is a line and parts in a line. That's total amount, A4 amount, total amount, and the amount Lucy is going to get. Parts, total parts, and the part for Lucy. So now the part for Bob would be 4. So we're going to have 2 incomplete ratios, 1 for Lucy and 1 for Bob, B for Bob. Okay. Now, to complete the incomplete ratio, we're going to cross multiply. And we can even put cross multiply and divide, because the process of the cross multiplication automatically has a divide in it. So let's add cross multiply and divide. Okay, so we're going to do that now. We're going to do it for Lucy. Let's write Lucy here. So for Lucy, we're going to grab those 2 ratios, put it there as for Lucy. And here now, we're going to write L is equal to, now the rule is that you always divide by the part or by the number that is diagonally away from the missing amount or the letter. So we're going to divide by 10. So we're going to multiply 506 and divide by 10. Always divide by the number that is diagonally away from the letter. That's the missing amount. So that would be 500 times 6 divided by 10. 500 times 6 divided by 10. Okay. That would be like 60 times 50, because 10 into 500 goes 50 times, 50 times 60. That will be 300. So Lucy will be getting $300. And for Bob now, let's do Bob. For Bob, we can just copy this and make the changes for Bob, the same 510, but B for Bob, and his part is 4. So it will be 500 times 4 divided by 10. Because it's the same 10 that is away from the letter B, diagonally. So it's 500 times 4 divided by 10. That will be 50 times 4, that will be $200. So Lucy will get $300 and Bob will get $200. So please be writing as you're watching the video, be writing and routinely. So as you are doing that, you will be acquiring the knowledge. Make that a routine. Anytime you're watching a math video, always be writing what you are viewing. Okay, very important.